Welcome back to Horseshoe Huddle here at Sports Illustrated. Kim Becker and Jake Arthur here to discuss the first week of training camp for the Indianapolis Colts. Jake, who are some guys that you have had your eye on that maybe we should also have our eyes on here?
Yeah, it's been a hot start to training camp for several guys. Looking offensively, that unit as a whole has not been great. Obviously, we talked a little bit about Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson going down. There's been some injuries, so the whole unit's not looking great. But guys like Michael Pittman Jr., the second-year wide receiver, he's been a consistent performer pretty much every day. A lot of the big plays that have happened offensively in camp have come through him. That was the same today as well. Also, rookie tight end Kylan Granson. He's really showed up as well. Rookie tight ends, it's rare for them to contribute very often. And this is practice, but he's been heavily involved as well. You could say he's been their most consistent tight end so far in camp. Other than that, there's just some guys you expect to look good. Quentin Nelson until he got hurt. Jonathan Taylor has been fine. Marlon Mack has been a very welcomed addition back to the lineup. But you expect that from those guys. Defensively, we've got a lot more guys to look at. The defense has dominated camp so far. And this has just got to make the Colts over the moon. But they've got 4 young pass rushers that are really clicking right now. First-round pick Kwity Paye. He's been taking left tackle Sam Tevi to school on a daily basis. They finally put pads on for the first time Tuesday and did one-on-ones, and it did not get much better for Tevi during that exercise. Komoko Toure finally looks healed from that ankle injury he had in 2019. Both mentally and physically, he looks good with that injury and looks like he's picking up where he left off before he got hurt. Tyquan Lewis, it looks like he's going to get the first shot at starting at left end, and he looks the part. He's doing quite well. The most pleasant surprise, though, is Ben Vanagu. He was someone who people were writing off last year. He was a consistent, healthy scratch from game day lineups most of the year. Just did not build any sort of momentum in his second year coming out of his rookie year. But he has been racking up the sacks in training camp. Had another 2 today on Tuesday. I think he's had at least one every day, maybe one practice without a sack, but he's been on it. And then behind those guys at linebacker, Bobby Okereke is the new full-time starting Mike linebacker. He looks great. Mentally, he's diagnosing things very well. We already knew that he was a really athletic guy. He's showing off that range and that athleticism. And so, God, those 5 young building blocks for the Colts on defense all showing up, that's enormous news for them.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, thank goodness we're already in the thick of it and we've got all of this to talk about, but unfortunately the injuries are not something we really want to have to focus on, but hopefully
Yeah.
some of these guys can overshadow that news right now and just kind of get this training camp going.
Exactly. They need it. They need these guys sticking out in order for us not to have to talk about injuries.
Exactly. It is their time to shine.
Yep.